Hey guys, I hope everybody's well. I need to shuffle these, but I saw at the bottom of the deck Two of Cups, and the song that came to my mind was two of hearts that beat as one. Come on, two of hearts. I feel like this is faded. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of this deck. All right, let me shuffle this, okay? And then we will say our intentions, call on our angels, spirit guides, the ascended masters. Okay, let me do one more. Hope everybody's doing well. All right. Death be knocking at someone's doorstep. Knock, knock, knock. Knocking on heaven's door. All right, so there could be endings that are bringing in new beginnings, okay? We're going to start with the divination of the ancients. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Let's see what the messages are for a collective, and let's call in our angels, saints, ancestors, guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white light and love, and so it is, and so it will be. All right, let's see what we got. Interpretation, palmistry. It's a pretty card. Dowsing rods. Talks about being a seeker. It's like seek and you shall find. Chance talks about lots. Clouds, mystical. All right, we'll get one more. Spells, look at spells and alchemy at the bottom. Let's get one more. Aura, observation. Excellent. All right, so let me line them up so you guys can see them. Can you see them all? Kind of. Almost. All right. Bottom of the deck energy is alchemy. Turning something into something else. And trusting the process. Interesting. All right, we're going to look at palmistry. 84. Let's see. What you deem as bad is another man's good. Nothing is all black or white. Look at a situation through different eyes. Visit an accredited palm reader. Consider where life has taken you and make changes if need be. Too often you draw conclusions that leave you feeling upset or frustrated, but your reactions are due entirely to your own interpretation of what others say in the situations you find yourself in. Adopt a new way of thinking that will help you embrace life and live it to the fullest. That's why you are here, after all. Spruce yourself up in appearance, if you will, but definitely in mind. Embark on a task or journey with a new and positive attitude. Grabbing opportunities with gusto and purpose will turn your life around. You will find what you achieve more than you ever have. Soon you'll notice that others' attitudes towards you will become more affirming, as yours will to them, and to anything else that comes your way. Wow. Palmistry. It talks about interpretation. We all have our own filters that we apply to things. And so sometimes our filter is biased, okay? And so maybe there's an opportunity to see something from a different perspective here. All right, our next one is the dowsing rods. So let's get with that one. Seek and you will find. Don't give up, you're almost there. Time to step into your destiny. A lost item will soon be found. You found the information you've been looking for, and a reconciliation and reunion bring great joy. That's cool, huh? I would like to get some of those and play with those. That'd be fun. The dowsing rods have sought you out to announce that your search is almost over. You have spent a long time looking in the wrong places. What's that song? Looking for love in all the wrong places. It wasn't like Eddie Murphy, or is it Charlie Murphy? Had like a parody of that. It was really funny. Now is the moment to sense through your heart, using the natural elements as your guide. Doing so will point you in the right direction. Walk your path of destiny, aware of the signs in the flow of water beneath your feet. In the depths of earth. Create no attachments to the paths of others, for they may lead you to far more barren lands. You seek your path and they seek theirs. Nature will guide you, so get out into the nature and seek out the watering holes, the streams, the rivers, and find what you need in their reflections. Wow, that's beautiful. Lots. Take a chance. Talks about chance. I'll look this one up. The more you experience, the stronger and more confident you will become. Take up an opportunity that allows you to work towards reaching your full potential. Don't be afraid to build on solid foundations when the chance to do so arises, be it a financial opportunity or someone's change of heart. An opportunity for you has been cast. Do you have the courage to take the chance you are being given, or will you let it pass you by? Whatever happens, your life will change, but it's up to you which way it will go. You've been asking for just this, for something different, something exciting to happen. You know you will never be contented to rest on your laurels. If you really want to spice up your life, and you know you do, then it's time for adventure. Life happens for those who take a chance, but nothing happens for those who don't take risks. The Lots card says, go for it. Awesome. Something's coming. Clouds, mystical. Those sparkles. Your imagination is key. What you are experiencing is real. Practice daily meditation. You're a spiritual teacher. Your guides are trying to tell you something important. Learn how to tune into the world of spirit. You are a natural psychic. It talks about a wonderful gateway has opened up for you, and you are experiencing mystical occurrences. Do not discount these encounters as mere figments of your imagination. What you are witnessing is very real, so use your natural and psychic gifts to explore the esoteric realms. Allow the images you see in the sky above and the loving voices you hear to gently guide you. As you become a visionary, you will experience the elation of connecting with the supernatural. Free yourself from worry, find peace of mind through meditation, and journey with your guides and angels. Release control as you flow into altered consciousness and defy laws of the physical. So many people aspire to a state of nirvana. You are on your way there. Wow. That's beautiful. All right. A-U-R-A. A-U-R-A. Aura. Oh, that energy, isn't that neat? This talks about always ask the question, is this for my highest good? You will witness something important. Become more aware of signs and symbols that spirit brings you. Try to see the good in others. You have a gift for sensing and seeing auras. Wake up to what is really going on around you. Take a good long look at yourself and at others, for all is not what you have painted in your mind. There are underlying reasons for certain people in your life acting as though they have your best interests at heart, although they actually not always. Sweetness and light. This wake-up call serves you well. and asks you to look at the areas of your life where you could improve things. Deepen investigation into situations you've previously skimmed over. Become the observer and watch and learn. Notice every detail in a person's mannerisms and energy, and soon you will be able to determine the bigger picture in all that you witness. Observe well, and the subtle truth will emanate clearly for you to determine. Interesting. And then the bottom of the deck energy is spells, so we'll look at that one too, and then we'll move on. Spells. This is a great time of transformation. This is a great time of transformation. Two bottom of the deck energies are talking about transformation, okay? All is turning out beautifully. You have the power to change a situation. Believe in your self-worth. Have positive expectations. You have the ability to succeed. Your pure intentions are key. Something you hold dear, a friendship, a job, an interest, an object, or even yourself will transform. It will transform mysteriously into something even more precious to you. The spells card indicates that you are starting to discover the possibilities the art of transformation offers you. Possibilities you hadn't even realized were out there. As you learn more, you will find your needs change and a kind of evolution takes place, where you find your desire only what is best for yourself. You have the Midas touch right now. Your standards and expectations become so pure that whatever you touch turns to metaphoric gold, okay? Turning lead into gold, alchemy. You will be supported in gaining a new sense of self-worth, which will draw all that you deserve and desire directly to you. Wow, beautiful messages here. Thank you, Spirit. We are grateful for the guidance on our transformation here. Many of us have gone through drastic changes, okay? So we appreciate our guides, our ancestors, the angels, the saints for helping us through this transformational period in our lives. All right, so let's get some additional messages for us. Ooh, Temperance. This would be inner alchemy, like on the fly, okay? It's like being able to, temper something, right? Being able to bring something into harmony and balance. Doing things in moderation. It also talks about the law of rhythm, okay? Instead of reacting, you respond. Therefore, that changes the vibration and frequency and rhythm, right? So it's an opportunity to bring something into balance. It's also like, is this for my highest and greatest good? Oftentimes, this is like divine intervention, okay? It's also like, look at the size of this big jug and look at the size of her cup, right? So obviously there's a need to realize, okay, well, I can't pour this whole pitcher into this cup. I only can put some of it in there. So there's a need to like assess things, okay? And realize like what's truly needed in a situation, okay? And seeing things from a higher perspective so that things can be brought into balance and harmony. Because if one over pours, then there's waste. We also have the Seven of Cups and the Page of Cups. We have the Moon. We have the Hierophant. And then we have the Star. Bottom of the deck energy, there's a Queen of Wands energy. All right, so I'm getting like this is its own message, but it does relate to what we've already expressed. So we're going to get into what this message is. With the Seven of Cups, there are some things that are not what they seem. And there very well could be something playing out here collectively where we're needing to do a bit of reflection. Maybe we're feeling the emotions. Maybe there's, and I'm having the moon here, so I feel like there might have been something that was covered up or even like hidden. Okay. So things come to the surface so that they can be illuminated with the moon. This is also tapping into one's subconscious and intuition and realizing that things are coming to the surface so that they can be released and realized. All right. And understanding that, like, pouring an entire pitcher into a small glass doesn't quite make sense, right? Something's, maybe not what it seems is what I'm getting. I have the Hierophant here, and then I have the Star. So we were picking up on the energy of like belief systems and sharing wisdom and knowledge in whatever way that is. Like maybe you're an expert on AI. Maybe you're a nurse. Maybe you're someone who counsels other people in some way. Like whatever that is for you, doesn't have to be in a certain context. Okay, this is overall energy. I feel like this Hierophant energy here, is talking a bit about like self-mastery in some way, and applying it to the areas of your life, right? The Hierophant is like that wise counsel. The Hierophant talks about spiritual leadership, tradition, and the influence of a situation, specifically as it relates to like family, religion, society, school, loyalty. And then we have the Star. So the Star talks about, being an energy of inspiration and hope. Okay. It's like being able to illuminate things that maybe others, that you come across may not have the awareness of. Okay. And then I have a Queen of Wands and a Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm getting like there's something that's been growing over time. There's this like plan here, right? The 9 is one short of the 10 of Pentacles, which talks about a legacy, leaving, something behind that you have created here. So it's very purpose related. It's very passion related. And then I have a King of Swords right behind here. All right. So I feel like whatever you're creating, right, with the Queen of Wands energy, this could be masculine, feminine, flip it, switch it. You know how it is. I feel like whatever you've been guided to do, it's building momentum. There's progress. There's your hard work paying off here. And I feel like this is something that, you've remained hopeful and you have a strong connection, whatever that is, right? It's either connection to your version of God, Father, Mother, God, Creator, Jesus, whatever that is for you. But most importantly, it's something that resides within you first and foremost, right? So there's this belonging, there's this positivity, there's this faith, and then there's this like being able to give back. Okay. So it's like being blessed and then being able to bless others. Okay. So I'm also getting that. And part of that could be related to your purpose here. Okay. There could be Page of Cups energy. So this can talk about like developing your psychic gifts, tuning into your empathic abilities and realizing like, hey, now that I've learned more about myself, my empathy here, my ability to connect, you could be very artistic, you could be very intuitive, being able to see it as a positive versus something negative. Maybe there was a bit of trying to keep something hidden. I feel like there's this emergence playing out here. There may have at one point been a bit of shadowy energy to kind of like keep something hidden. Maybe a secret, maybe your ability to heal or tap into your purpose or passion. I feel like you're being seen. You're being like observed, okay? And I'm getting like this is something that you're being called to do. Like this is something like there's this inner knowing here with the star. All right. People could come to you and need your support, or you are someone that shares support. Maybe something that you share, right? It's not the best fish, it's a goldfish, but it's still a fish nonetheless, right? So some things it might seem like they're not the best on the outside. It's almost like, well, a bit of judging a book by the cover here, all right? There's a need to realize, well, not everything is what it seems. So you could be like emerging, okay? And this is part of your process. This is part of your development. I am getting a lot of growth and development here. And I'm getting it's like soul plan, soul purpose, aligned for you, one step at a time as well. I'm also getting this is representing maybe those who misjudged you. All right, and now they're watching and observing you from afar. There could be an energy that might want to share some sort of peace offering. Maybe in the sense of an apology. This might be someone that you've known for a long time. And they very much could be a bit on the emotionally immature side. They may bottle up their feelings and not know exactly how to express them. And that might have been something that created some fear and anxiety with the moon. Maybe there was something that you saw that they couldn't see for themselves. And as a result, there could have been some mirroring going on here. And that might have been a trigger for them. And I'm getting it could have triggered their inner childhood wounds. All right. But it is for the sake of these to come to surface so that they can be realized, so that they can be integrated, and so that they can be healed. You could actually be an energy that mirrors other souls, and that is part of your purpose. Okay. I feel like you taking this on and allowing yourself to grow through the situation has certainly helped your cause. All right. And I feel like with this King of Swords energy here, this is protection. This is guidance. You could have like, this could be spirit guide. This could be archangel. This could be a relative, an ancestor. But I feel like something you're doing is accessing something from a higher vantage point, you know, seeing something from the bigger picture, speaking truth, integrity, honesty, and very like neutral, like unbiased. Okay. So you could be someone who shares a point of view that is unbiased. Okay. Doing something for the highest and greatest good. Okay. And then I have a Page of Wands after that. All right. So this Page of Wands is like, you know, good news or just news in general. Okay. This also talks about taking action towards something. It's maybe an adventure or traveling or having a new experience that you haven't had before. Okay. So there's a bit of that. We're going to do another row here and see if there's more for us to share. I feel like there might have been a bit of manipulation going on here when it comes to emotions. I feel like there could be some immaturity here. And And I'm getting it was very like fear-based. It was very like Fantasyland illusions. Okay? And it's like with the Temperance, something, it's almost like making lemonade out of lemons. Okay? It's like changing a situation from one degree to another. That might have been a bit of alchemy playing out here. Okay? This could have been something that was mastered here. Yeah, something that was mastered here. Okay, Six of Wands. I feel like you've overcome these tests, these challenges, these lessons, and you're receiving support, recognition for a job well done. Congratulations. I feel like this is like elevating you to some degree. Like you have this knowing, you have this awareness now, and maybe you're being seen as someone who can help others on the path. Maybe they're on a similar path. Maybe there are others that are going to be following you. I'm seeing like a wave, multiple waves. I have a Three of Wands. Embarking on new endeavors. Okay, making plans for the future. Okay, making plans for the future. Ten of Cups. Okay. That's amazing. This is like, you know, a happy family life. Being accepted into like a family dynamic. This could just be you having healthy relationships with those around you. There is also maybe going the distance here, putting in the effort, knowing that like prosperity lies ahead, doing things from a place of love. This also can represent that there might have been something done from a place of ego, okay? Fear. All right, I was picking up the fear over here, the shadow. All right. The Magician. You hear my cat? Four of Wands. Hi, baby. The Strength card. The Chariot. You have persevered. You have overcome. You are moving along. It's like you're moving on. It's almost like a moving on. It's like a moving on ceremony. So I'm getting like graduation. I'm getting an accomplishment. I'm getting integration. I'm getting union within oneself, light body activation, Merkaba. All right, you've shown a lot of will and grit and devotion and commitment to what you're here to do. With this Magician, this is about self-mastery. It is about alchemy and being an alchemist. It also talks about understanding the laws of the universe, okay, and having access to these resources in whatever way these are to create from. I do have more union energy, Four of Wands. This also represents reaching a milestone in your life, something that you would be celebrating and recognizing for yourself or maybe others. This also talks about stability, okay, and structure in your life. There could have been something that got leveled because it wasn't secure. It was not sustainable, right? It was based off of false illusions. And as a result of that, there was something that had to end so that something new could begin. And as a result of what's been accomplished here, I feel like, we're at the 3 of Wands, and then here's the 4. So, and then the Magician has the wand as well. So, it's like co-creating with the Creator. All right, and creating something that is going to be long lasting, something that is going to be prosperous, something that is going to be loving, right? It's almost like someone's trash is someone else's treasure, okay? There is this strength here. There is this confidence and courage here. And this might have been a test that you passed, okay? You passed the test. Congratulations. I feel like others are watching you move on from the past with grace. Here's that next pentacle, which leads to the 10 of Pentacles. All right, so this is like just around the corner, okay? There is something that's coming in as it relates to what's next for you. All right, and I feel like it is something that's going to contribute to your generations, like the future, your future self in a way, even those that come after you. It could have something to do with a community too. You might be contributing towards something that betters your community, and that's beautiful. You could be doing this with a King of Wands. The bottom of the deck energy when we began was a Queen of Wands. So I'm getting that they also could be a Virgo. They don't have to be, because that's the Hermit, but I feel like I'm talking to a King of Wands and a Queen of Wands, both in their purpose, okay? And they're leading from a place of passion. And they're very driven, they're very motivational, they're inspired, and they take on challenges while moving forward. And that is the Chariot. All right, I feel like there's no stopping you now. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Beautiful energy here. I love this. You're right on time. You're right on time. Let's just get a couple fun cards to end the reading. Say hi to Doc, everybody. I feel like you have, with the Devil in reverse, I feel like you've overcome whatever this was for you. This is your ego. Maybe you've gone through that process of an ego death. This is also you healing quite a bit, so that, this could represent codependency, addictions, being controlled and manipulated by others. This is you being in your sovereignty, okay? Your sovereign being of light, okay? You figured it out, all right? They can't affect you unless you let them. And so this is where you stand now, all right? You've mastered the ability to manage yourself in how you handle situations and others, okay? You no longer go for the jugular. Maybe you take a more balanced approach. Maybe you pick your battles. Maybe you figure out how much to pour. And maybe you're not over pouring anymore. Maybe you're letting people pour their own cups now instead of you filling it for them. All right? You realize now that you have the heart of a lion. Okay? And there's nothing you can't do. All right? Regardless of what others want for you, it doesn't affect you unless you allow it. There's rules here that you have learned, applied, integrated, and mastered. This is like the Creator having an experience here on earth. It's beautiful. All right, this is you having this conscious awareness. You're very skillful. This also talks about manifestation. It talks about creating your own reality here. And what are the rules? What are the laws? Okay, I feel like you're understanding this. Okay, excellent. This also can represent a spiritual practice here. This also could be, something that you're meant to do here as part of your purpose. Leo could be relevant the month of August, the number 8, and Lions. Okay, 5 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like there's energy that you worked up, like you were up against. However, it was so that you could learn. All right, so what you experienced was for the sake of your spiritual learning and growth. All right, so you weren't meant to go on the path like everybody else. You were meant to veer from that path and pave your own way, overcome and persevere. So your challenges could be very different than others' challenges. And it's because you're not meant to go in their direction. You're meant to go in your own direction. And then we have the 2 of Cups and we have the Chariot. This energy is coming, okay? It's on its way, okay? So if you're finding that you're pulling, you know, some sort of partnership, some sort of intuitive download, maybe you're seeing a lot of angel numbers or confirmations that something's on its way to you, or you could be moving in a new direction. It might have something to do with someone you might be connecting with. I feel like this is happening soon. It's like there's movement. There's discipline, drive, determination, and persevering through life's challenges, regardless of where they come from and who they're from, right? Like sometimes the devil, right, represents the master teacher. So whatever you've been learning here was something of mastery. And again, like, congratulations, okay? And then I'm also getting like, this is a partnership destined for greatness. I'm also getting that. Okay, so you could have some sort of like important connections coming in to your reality. And you manifested this. You did the hard work. You put in the hard work and it's paying off. Let's get one more card, guys, and then we'll close this out. We'll close this out and we'll let the kitty in. Goodness gracious. Talking up a storm. There's that death card. Transformation. Endings bring in new beginnings. And I feel like you're very open and welcoming this new beginning. Right? You may be finding it hard to be patient. But it's on its way is kind of the point. And things are playing out the way that they need to. Things are wrapping up so that something new can begin. And I feel like embracing, this is kind of reminding me of like the Ouroboros, where like things are in a cycle. There's a process, right? So it's like, let this cycle complete so that a new one can begin. Okay. So it's like, trust your process, trust your timing. Okay. And then I'm also getting like accepting the inevitable, right? There's a bit of needing to accept the inevitable here. So I love that for you guys. All right, y'all, I hope this finds you and it resonates. Let me know in the comments. Maybe share some of your challenges through your process so that, you know, we can get some dialogue and support others who might be going through it now. Okay. Let's try to help one another. And, you know, we're all connected, you know, we're all connected. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys on the next reading. Take care now. Sending lots of love. Bye now.